Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In my last video, we learned about how to set a background color in our website in the form of solid color and in the form of a gradient. Okay. Now in this video, we will learn about how to set different images. Okay, different images on our website. Okay, let's start with the topic. Just open your editor, that is your Sublime Text, as I told you. Okay. Now before starting with the practical stuff, okay, I would like to tell you the basic introduction of the images. See, whenever you want to use images onto your web page, it can be classified into two categories. The one is, you can say, your inline images. Okay, the first one is, you can say, inline images, and the second one is, you can say, background images. Background images. These two kind of images you can use in our web page. Okay, here I use using images in our web page, or you can say website. Okay, this is our topic. The first one is, you can use inline images and you can use your background images. Okay, now what are inline images? Means inline images are those images which you can set onto the web page. Okay, onto the web page means it can be wrapped with the text. You can resize the image, you can set the position of the image. Okay, these kind of images all are called your inline images. And what background means, which can be set as a background of the body. Okay, last time we did about how to set the color as a background. Now you can also set a image as a background. Okay, now in this video I am going to tell you about how to set your inline images. Okay, now start. See, just begin with the basic stuff. Just save the file first. Okay, as you all know, I always save the file first, H drive, and this is your folder where I save the files. Now give it a name, let it be images. Okay, .html should be the extension. Okay, now this is my file. Now this is your basic structure, and I gave it a title, that is inline images. Okay, this is my title. Now what I want is, I want to set an image as an inline image onto my web page. Now you can see we have different formats of the image available. Like if I write this one, let it be, I say format, or you can say extension. Okay, format of images. We have different formats available. Like you can say, I say, let it be, I have JPG images. Okay, I have GIF type of images, I have PNG type of images, and I have BMP type of images. These all are the different formats, or you can say different extensions of the images which you can use as your images in our website. Okay, now what is JPG? That is called Joint Photographic Experts Group. Okay, this is the full form of your JPG files. Okay, in written we say it JPG. Okay, but actually this is called JPEG. Okay, Joint Photographic Experts Group. GIF stands for Graphics Interchange Format. Okay, this is the full form of GIF. And PNG stands for Portable Network Graphics. Okay, and what is about BMP? That is called your bitmap. Okay, that is called your bitmap, like this. Okay, you can prefer any one of these. Okay, if you want to use JPG files, you want to use GIF files, you want to use PNG files, or you can implement BMP files. You can apply all different sections or as your images onto the web page. Okay, now starting with the images. Okay, remember one thing, whenever you want to set images, okay, you should have a folder and of images separately, and each and every image should be saved within that particular folder only. Okay, this is not mandatory, but it's a general rule. Okay, not rule, but it will become easy to set all the images onto your web page. Okay, just see, if I open my computer, you can see I have a folder in my H drive. Okay, in this H drive I have a folder sample images. Okay, and this is my working folder, HTML files. I am working in this particular folder. I am saving all the files in this folder only. What you have to do before setting all the images, just go to main folder and make a subfolder here by clicking right click and new, and make a subfolder over here. Let me, I have a images folder. Okay, and then after that go back, and whatever images you want to use in your web page, copy and paste that all images onto that particular folder like this. I have sample images. Now what I want is, I want to use, let it be this, and by pressing control click, okay, you can copy and paste multiple images all together onto your web page. Okay, do one thing, I will copy all the images. Okay, I will copy all the images. Okay, and just go to that particular folder, working folder, go to images and just paste it over here. Okay, now you can see I paste all the images in this folder. This is my working folder. Okay, now this is a subfolder. This is the step you have to make before using your images. Now you can see I am working on this folder, and my file name is you can say this one, images. Okay, and in this particular folder I have a subfolder with the name images, and every image is placed within this particular folder. Now what I want is, I want to place this image within my web page, and its file name is 018.jpg. What I have to do, go to the editor, and here we have a tag that is, you can say img image, okay, src source, enter. Okay, img is a tag, src is the attribute, you can say property, and within the double quotes just mention the name of the file which you want to use. Now I want to use which file I want to implement, I want to use this file 0180, but this file is within the images folder, that is my subfolder. Then first of all give the reference of that particular folder, images, like this. Okay, slash, and give the name of that particular file which you want to implement, which you want to show onto my web page. Okay, now you can see this is your tag img, this is your attribute, or you can say property, and within double quotes give the path. Okay, this is my folder name in which I have just placed my all the images, and this is the name of the file which I am going to implement. Now just save this, and by clicking right click and by clicking on the opening browser, just see the output. Okay, you can able to see the output of that HTML file onto your browser. See the output. This is your image. Image will always come in its actual size, means in actual pixels it will display. Okay, if you can see, if your image is too large or too small, you can resize the image with the help of its width and height property, like this. See, here I give width, I say let it be 200 pixels. Okay, and height I say let it be 300 pixels. Okay, save it and just refresh the page. You can see the image will resize. This is up to your own requirement, that whether you want to increase or decrease the size. Okay, this is this type of images are called inline images. Okay, one more thing, if I give one more property, let it be title, a nice picture. Okay, nice picture. You can see if I save it and refresh the page, now what is the output of title attribute? See, whenever you place the mouse, the pointer over the image, see, it will give this text as a screen tip. Okay, whenever you place the pointer, your mouse pointer over the image, see, it will give this title as a screen tip. This is called screen tip. Okay, apart from this, if I want to set a border, you can set it a border also, let it be 5 pixels. You can see, save it and refresh it. This is the way how you can set a border also. Okay, understood? Now you can see here I type this type of images are called inline images. Okay, these type of images are called your inline images. Okay, and the extension I am using is JPG. Again, I want to place another image. Okay, and that image I want to use is in GIF format, that is graphics interchange format, and the name is fourth.gif. So here I use image, source, name the path, name the folder. Okay, and the file name is fourth.gif. Okay, if I save this and just try to refresh the web page like this, see, this is output. It will come in its actual size, actual dimensions. Want to resize it, again you can give width, height, you can give title, border, and all it is. Okay, if you want it in a new line, just give the break tag. Okay, you can see the image will appear in a different line. See, this is called you're placing your inline images. Okay, now I said inline images are those images which can be placed onto the web page. Okay, you can resize it. Okay, you can align the image, or you can wrap the images with some text. Now, what is wrapping? Wrapping means to place an image around the text. That is called wrapping the images around the text. Now, see, what should we do for that purpose? I am going to wrap the image around the text. For that purpose, I need a dummy text. Okay, so I just open the Google. Okay, and just type here, search for dummy text. Okay, and by clicking on the first link, we have this dummy text available. Okay, I just place this text by copy and paste. Okay, just copy the text and place this text over here like this by writing the paragraph. Okay, just maintain the paragraph. Okay, we have first paragraph, and you can say I have the third paragraph like this, second paragraph like this. Okay, this we have two paragraphs. If you see the output on by refreshing it, close this, just refresh the page. Now you can see the output. Output means your image is coming here, this is here, and your text is coming at the bottom of the image. Now what I want is, I want to wrap these paragraphs over here. Okay, I want to place these paragraphs over here. That is called wrapping. Okay, for that purpose you have to use the properties of CSS. Okay, before doing that, I'm just I just want to comment this particular image. Okay, that I don't want to render it. Okay, this one. Now you can see I want to place or wrap these two paragraphs with this image. That is called wrapping. For that purpose, you have to give the properties of CSS. See, within the image, just apply CSS property by using style attribute. And you all know what style does. Style means you are implementing the property of CSS, and that type of implementation is inline CSS. Okay, here I want the property that is float. Float can be used for alignment purpose. Okay, to place the image to the left direction or to the right direction. If I say I want it right, okay, it means whenever you refresh the page, your image will get placed towards the right side of your browser, and your text will wrap towards the left side of the image. See, you can see this is actual wrapping. Okay, if I want float equals left, okay, you can see now image will appear towards the left side and your text will wrap towards the right side of the image. You can see the difference. Okay, one more thing, you can see in my previous videos I told you about how to set the alignment of the text. Okay, here I just set the alignment just to make it more compatible. I say p style text alignment, I say justify. I hope you already know about text alignment justify. Okay, style text alignment justify. Justify means your text will be in symmetrical form towards the left direction and towards the right direction. See the output. See, this is called your justify alignment. Now one issue is there, your text is placed just above the image. Okay, here you can see there is no gap. Now what I want is, I want to place some gap between this image and between this text. Then again you have to use the CSS property. See, I told you last time we should have the combination of HTML and CSS. Okay, by using both you can make a website. Okay, that's why I'm implementing HTML with CSS. Okay, now I want to set a certain gap of 10 pixels or 20 pixels between the image and the text, so that with this image give one more property by putting semicolon, and we have a margin property. See, margins we have, it is of 4 types. Okay, if I say about margin, it is 4 types. this is margin top, this is margin right, this is margin bottom, and this is margin left. And I want to place the margin to the image from the right direction. So it means I have to use the property margin right. Okay, so here I will use the property margin right. This is the property margin hyphen right, and write the dimension 10 pixels, what spacing I want to set. Save it, okay, and just refresh the page. You can see it will give a 10 pixel spacing over this particular right direction. Okay, if I want bottom margin, then again I have to put semicolon over here and give margin bottom. Okay, and I will let it be 20 pixels. Save it, refresh it. You can see 20 pixel margin is here. So this is as per the requirement from which direction you want to set the spacing. Okay, that is called your margin. Okay, and this type of images are called your inline images. Okay, write the definition once more. Okay, inline images are those images which can be placed onto the web page. Okay, onto the web page body. It can be reshaped. Okay, means you can resize the images, or you can wrap the images around the text, and you can reposition it from left direction, right direction, or somewhere else. Okay, these kind of images are known as inline images. Okay, and this type of extension you can use. Okay, I hope you like my video. Okay, if you like my video, kindly subscribe my channel by pressing the subscribe button and by clicking on the bell icon. Okay, thank you.